We're getting engaged next week, and everyone calls it destiny, but only I know how much of this choice feels like surrender disguised as strength. I said yes with a steady voice, even though my heart was screaming questions I was too tired to answer out loud. This is my decision, they say. But no one sees the years of pressure that shaped it before I ever spoke the word. I chose this path because sometimes survival looks exactly like commitment, even when love feels uncertain. We're getting engaged next week, and I keep wondering if peace comes from certainty or from finally stopping the fight. I didn't choose this because I was fearless. I chose it because I was exhausted from running in circles. They think I'm confident, but confidence is just what you wear when doubt becomes too heavy to explain. I made this decision knowing I might lose parts of myself, hoping I'd find something steadier in return. Next week changes everything, and I'm trying to believe that choosing stability isn't the same as betraying my heart. I said it's my decision because it was easier than explaining how trapped I felt by expectations. Love doesn't always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives as acceptance when resistance no longer feels possible. I'm getting engaged knowing there are unanswered questions, trusting that time will be kinder than hesitation. This choice wasn't made in a moment. It was carved slowly by years of compromise. I smiled and agreed, hoping the future would forgive me for the doubts I couldn't voice today. People celebrate the ring, but they don't see the quiet grief of letting other possibilities die. I chose this path not because it was perfect, but because it promised fewer storms. Next week, I'll commit publicly to something I've been negotiating with myself for years. I told myself that love can grow where certainty is planted, even if passion arrives late. This decision carries both relief and regret, and I'm learning that they can exist together. I'm getting engaged, knowing that bravery doesn't always look like rebellion. It sometimes looks like compliance. I said yes because I wanted peace more than I wanted answers. Everyone claps for the beginning, but no one asks what had to end for it to happen. I chose this knowing I might always wonder what life would have looked like if I'd chosen differently. Next week feels like a finish line and a starting point I never fully prepared for. I made my decision while pretending not to hear the voice inside me asking for more. This engagement is my choice, even if it was shaped by 1,000 invisible hands. I'm hoping love grows louder once fear finally gets tired. They see certainty in my eyes, but it's really acceptance, learning how to stand tall. I chose what made sense, even though my heart kept asking what would have felt right. Next week, I'll promise forever while still learning how to feel present. I didn't choose this to be dramatic. I chose it to be done fighting myself. Sometimes decisions aren't about happiness, they're about peace and timing. I said it's my decision because it was the only way to protect everyone else from my doubts. This engagement feels like closing a door gently, even though part of me wanted to run. I'm stepping into this future with hope, fear, and a quiet prayer I don't say out loud. I chose this path believing that love can be built, not just discovered. Next week, my life changes, and I'm trusting that clarity comes after commitment. I agreed because standing still was hurting more than moving forward. This decision carries weight, but so did the loneliness of uncertainty. I chose this knowing love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it's endurance. They call it destiny, but I know it was a choice shaped by reality. I'm getting engaged, hoping that effort can eventually feel like passion. I said yes while reminding myself that doubt doesn't mean failure. Next week, I'll smile for pictures, carrying thoughts no camera can capture. I chose this because I believed stability could teach my heart how to rest. This decision wasn't impulsive, it was the quiet result of too much thinking. I'm walking into this future aware of what I'm gaining and what I'm letting go. I said it's my decision because ownership feels better than resentment. Next week, I'll promise commitment while still learning what love means to me. I chose this not because it was easy, but because it felt inevitable. Everyone hears the announcement, but only I hear the echoes of hesitation. I'm trusting that time will soften the edges of my fear. This engagement is a choice made with open eyes and a guarded heart. I said yes because waiting for perfect clarity felt like waiting forever. Next week, I step into a life that scares me less than staying uncertain. I chose this believing that love can grow where patience lives. This decision carries hope, even if it arrived quietly.